Hi everybody. My name is Jeffrey Bartel, and I live here in Fresno, California. And this is my Bernie story. So, this time, last time I talked about some, but now I'm going to talk to you about why I support him. It happened until the 2016 election. I didn't know much about it. I didn't even know who he was till the 2016 election. And I couldn't decide between either Hillary Clinton or him. But then, when I dug deep, I dug deeper, and my choice became clear. It was Bernie Sanders. So, and as time went on, even though we did lose, I did get to research him more. So, as you can see, me and Bernie think a lot alike. In a way, we both agree on the same ideals, same principle. I'm starting to believe that I'm starting to agree with his democratic socialism ideology, and I think that may be best for America. And I even agree with everything. Whatever Bernie agrees, I agree with, even if it's with Trump. Ugh. Hate that man. But I believe. But Bernie's right on one thing. I think anyway. At least I think he said it. We need to stop. Humanity needs to stop fighting each other and start working together in order to preserve this planet for future generations. Look at it this way. And if you can see, I'm wearing this shirt again. This shirt I won first place at the Fresno Fair. Anyway, I believe it doesn't matter what your language is, what your nationality is, what your skin color is, what your wealth is, you get the idea. What matter? We all come from the same. We are all human. Some may disagree. Some may disagree. As you know, there are some people like that. Ugh. And I don't like those kind of people. But we have to stop fighting. I mean, look, let's take this example. Taiwan, China, North Korea, South Korea, Pakistan, India. Those countries should stop looking at what's different and start looking at what's the same in a way. Because who knows? Maybe they might eventually find true peace. And that's what I hope Bernie works towards. And if not, I'll do it. I'll do it. Because yeah, I want to become president of the United States too. You should have. We all belong to one human race. And some may believe in God, some may don't. But whoever created us, we all belong to the same human race. We may look different, we may think differently, but we're all human in the end. Because think about it. If everything was the same, this world would be pretty boring. That's why I want to try to fight. That's what I'm fighting. And I like to become Bernie Sanders' apprentice. And I'm even helping him out. And I'm even helping him out in the election. And I'll prove. And let me prove it. Let me prove it to you. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's all. I don't know if you can see that, but that's emails I've been sending to the Bernie team. There we go. All this just to help Bernie out. Because I really want him to win this time. And I've even done this for him. I've even been collecting a I even made a YouTube playlist for videos that show Bernie Sanders. Right now there's 307 videos. Very good, very important ones. I'm gonna go slowly so you can see them. Those videos are ideas from information you get, and these are also the information for me too when I eventually become president myself. And I'll be running around. I'm going to hopefully be running around 2048, 20 or 2052. Even some videos from Watch Mojo, Bloomberg, Now This World, Fox, Represent Us. A lot of it. Even They Will Kill You. Those were YouTube channels I was Life's Biggest Questions. Even all those were YouTube channels I was just talking about. Even Policy ED. Even discussing some videos even discuss what happens if this creature goes extinct or what happens in the rainforest was destroyed. Even what if the Basilosaurus didn't go extinct? The Mythbusters experiment, guns versus grenades. There's an idea. 8 negative effects of climate change. Even some stuff that Israel came up with. What if killer whales went extinct? All these videos in order by popularity. And that's it. As you can see, I'm really determined. In fact, I am so determined I even want to become Bernie Sanders' apprentice. Yeah, you heard me. His apprentice. In fact, Bernie Sanders is a role model for people who want to get into politics, whether they're Democrat or Republican, Independent, Green Party, you name it. He is a role model of what politicians should be like. How they should be for the people, by the people, of the people, and not for the 91%, for the 1%, and of the 1%. If I said that right. I'm just coming up with ideas a lot. I even record my ideas of what I do in office. What I'd like to share with Bernie Sanders. But some are classified. Some of my ideas are classified, and I don't want to tell them for fear of it falling into the wrong hands. But you have to imagine me. When I got the word Bernie, but I gotta tell you this: when I got the word Bernie Sanders was running again, you can imagine my reaction on my face. I was almost like, woo, woo, yeah, woo, 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 woo. Kind of like that. Sometimes I kind of crack myself up when I do that. I would do a reaction to show you the video right now, but I can't. But I'm not going to, because for A, I never did it, and B, for both reasons, in fear of copyright infringement. But I can leave a link to you. But I can leave a link to you down in the screen, down in the description or comments, or even on the video itself. But I know. But that was just man. I know if I can meet. I'd like to meet you, Bernie Sanders, in person. Because that little girl, I too believe. I never got into politics till around, into it until about the last years of the Obama administration. At first I believed the Iran nuclear deal was a mistake, but looking into it a little deeper, going deeper into it, I realized it was the right thing to do. And then when Trump won the presidency, that's when I fully got involved and wanted to get involved in politics. At first, I was going to support the first person with a mental disability, but now I decided I want to run. Kind of like what Tom Steyer did right now. I don't know what Tom Steyer was thinking. What made him backtrack on his original plan? But it's interesting if you ask. But I would love to know. What made him go from being supporting to actually running? That's something. That's something I like to no. So out of my top 5 candidates for. So here's my top 5 candidates. And sorry for any of those people. Well, these guys are not on the. My top 5 are number 1, Bernie Sanders. Number 2, Tulsi Gabbard. Number 3, Tom Steyer. Number 4, Maria Williamson. I think that's her name. Number 5, Andrew Yang. And sorry to say, these guys are I'm definitely never not going to vote for them. And I'll just explain to you why in a second, as soon as I can bring this up. Yeah, hang on. I really want to tell you this. Here we go. Okay. There are four candidates not to vote for. Not to vote for. You should not even vote for it, at least at all. One of them is Joe Biden. Another is Pete Buttigieg. Oops. If I even pronounced that right. Another is Kamala Harris. Oh, that's right. Someone's voting for that person. And another is Robert Francis Beto O'Rourke. And to be honest, that one was a shocker to me. I thought he'd be like the next Robert F. Kennedy, but I was wrong. But apparently, I was wrong. And in a sec. But what we need to prevent, one thing we definitely need to prevent is a world war. We need to solve crises before they. We should stop being the world's military super. We should stop being the global police. I think it's just making more people hate us. I could be wrong though. But anyway, let's say the reasons why. Let's see the reasons why they're not to vote for these people. All right, Joe Biden has been personally involved in nearly every bad policy decision of the last 50 years. Currently coasting on name recognition and association with Obama, he can only go down from here as people realize he is more comparable to Trump than he is to anyone else. With all the negatives of Hillary's failed campaign, but none of the positives, he would almost surely see us lose the general election again. If you love your grandchildren, please don't vote for Biden. And here are his top 5 highlights. Joe Biden led the fight against desegregating schools. He voted for the disastrous Iraq War and still says he'd do it again, even though the Iraq War led to the creation of ISIS. Ugh. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if we never went to war with Iraq and instead Bush let Obama handle that. Because I know for sure that if Iraq was still under Saddam's control during the Arab Spring, he would have seen some uprisings, and I bet we would have had to stop him too. Okay, back to where I was doing. Biden wrote the racist crime bill that intentionally led to record-breaking mass incarcerations, positioning himself to the right of even Reagan and Bush. I don't know about Reagan, but I do know Reagan helped end the Cold War. That's probably why he's in the top 10. I don't know about the other disastrous stuff that Reagan did. And he opposed Roe v. Wade versus Wade and voted to allow states to overturn it like they are now. Worked to undermine the ACA's coverage of birth control. Does not view abortion as a choice and a right, and still opposed federal funding for it multiple times, including during this election. And here's the last. He has a long history of creepily groping, sniffing, kissing women and young girls just so many times, even including intimidating and continuing even now after his non-apology. Now let's take a look at Pete Buttigieg. He can at least speak a lot of languages and would be a historic first gay president. But he has less experience than Bernie had in 1988. And I still wonder how Bernie got all that experience. I mean, even he had to get some stuff wrong. No one was born right. No one was born right. They had to learn from experience. Even see, he had to get some stuff wrong. Anyway, 1988, and those 7 years as mayor of Indiana's fourth biggest town had been problematic at best. Here's his top 5 highlights. Fired South Bend's black police chief for exposing racism in the police force, then lied about it, then fired those calling for an investigation, possibly leaving innocent black people imprisoned, while some in his inner circle backed a $45,000 loan to one of the accused racist cops, refused to investigate the apparent lynching of a 16-year-old black boy, when a white officer with a documented history of racist behavior that violated department policy was allowed to stay on the force without a body cam. He shot and killed an elderly black. Sorry about that, folks. The battery in my camera got exhausted, so I had to change batteries. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. When a white officer with a documented history of racist behavior that violated department policy was allowed to stay on the force without a body cam, he shot and killed an elderly man. Mayor Pete then spoke to the media about the victim's family, skipped the vigil, and then gave a speech to the police instead. Too much criticism. Allowed a white officer to keep his job after multiple racist and violent incidents, including beating and tasing an innocent teen after breaking into the wrong house, and torturing a disabled man and posting a video of it online as retaliation for the man filing a complaint about the force ignoring a drunk driving incident, even despite a community-led campaign and petition. He oversaw increases in homelessness and displacement during his time as mayor of South Bend. Man. First gay person, but I would love to see a first gay president, but I don't want it to be him. I don't want it to be Pete Buttigieg. Now let's take a look at Kamala Harris. She would be the first female president who is also a corrupt cop. Ooh. I hope some people who are Kamala Harris supporters watching this right now, because I'm about to read you the top 5 highlights. And I just hope it makes you change your mind that, to not vote for her. Top 5 highlights. Pushed a law that forces schools to turn undocumented students over to ICE, separating them from their parents and violating human rights. That almost sounds something like Trump would do. Come on! Actually, that is something Trump did. And now it sounds like she's backing the idea. I hope she's not still to this day. Although her career's been bye-bye. She laughed about putting parents in jail if their kids miss school, disproportionately harming single-parent households, the poor, and families of color like this one, including homeless mothers. office refused to address what the Supreme Court calls unconstitutionally overcrowded prisons, specifically to perpetuate the exploitation of the mass incarnated for slave labor close to $1 an hour. She later claimed she didn't know her own lawyers argued this. Clarified 7-1. Declined to prosecute Stephen Mnuchin after his bank predatory lending and foreclosure fraud broke the law over 1,000 times and ruined the lives of thousands of homeowners, keeping him free to donate to her campaign and become Trump's Treasury Secretary. Jesus. I'm sorry I had to say that, sorry. Is she secretly a Trump supporter? Oh my goodness. Spent years jailing disproportionately black nonviolent cannabis users while opposing taking cannabis off the DEA's list of most dangerous substances, and literally laughing at the idea of legalizing it multiple times, even as her Republican opponent ran to the left of her on the issue. She then tried to ponder by admitting to smoking herself despite prosecuting others, but got her story all wrong and even offended her own Jamaican family to the point they've disassociated with her. Expanded 7-2. Dang. Some Trump supporters be happy about her. Now, finally, Robert Francis Beto O'Rourke. More likely to stand on something than for anything, Beto rose to fame by clearing the low bar of being less unlikable than Ted Cruz. Like most white men born into wealth, he's failed up, choosing a vanity run for president, despite being best positioned to flip Texas's other Senate seat in 2020. So, Beto, if you're watching this, I think you should drop out of the race and go and run and flip the other Texas Senate seat. He says he was born for it, but maybe he should have just stuck to skateboarding. I don't know what that means, but it says so right here. Here is top 5 highlights. Continues to appropriate Mexican nickname Beto, which was given to him specifically to pander to trick Hispanic voters when running for office, despite criticism from the Hispanic community. Clarified 7-1. Wow. Uses political power to help his millionaire father-in-law gentrify poor Hispanic communities with a racist plan that relocated poor Hispanics to make way for property investments made by wealthy Republican donors. And get this, he opposed Obamacare. He tried to cut Social Security and attack labor unions to appease Republican donors. Is he? I wonder, is Beto O'Rourke a Republican in disguise? Sheesh. Sorry, the battery died again. Where was I again? Oh yeah. There are just some people that should not be allowed to run for president. In fact, I have ideas that a set of rules to put in place in the general election. So this way, you have to either abide by the rules or be disqualified from the race. Like for example, you must release your tax return. A definite requirement. Now it will have to be a requirement now to release your tax returns before the first general election. If you don't release it by then, you're out of the race. No excuses. Another example: you cannot encourage fights, mock people, and you even have to go through a background check before you can even run or announce your candidacy. Make sure you're clean, if you know what I mean. And that background check will go very deep deep. Now back, and they're so deep, in fact, until they can't dig anymore. Now anyway, back to what I was. Back to Beto O'Rourke. Number 4. He generally voted against Democrats so much he was in the top 5th of lawmakers voting against their own party, voting with Trump a third of the time, even though he represented one of the most solid blue districts in the country. Jeez, is this guy secretly a Trump supporting Democrat? Man, hate for that to be. He ran the most expensive congressional race of all time with immense establishment and celebrity backing, and still lost the guy who lost to Trump, Ted Cruz. Now I don't see how that's a bad thing. But here's something. He voted with Republicans to deregulate Wall Street so many times that I may have to keep typing more words to hyperlink. That's what it says. I did this. He voted with Republicans for Trump's second round of tax scam legislations. He even broke his own pledge to not accept money from fossil fuel industries, bringing in nearly $500 million, and then refused to sign another while backtracking on climate crisis legislations. He voted with Republicans to lift the 40-year oil export ban multiple times, voted to speed up the exports, and voted against Democratic legislations to ban new drilling. Now, if that doesn't turn you against Beto O'Rourke, I don't know what will. But those are the 4 people that you should not vote for. Definitely. I'll even leave a link to it. I'll even leave a link to the article somewhere in the video. I'm still learning how to be a politician. I want to learn how to be as great a politician as Bernie Sanders. But I don't know how, because I do have high functioning autism, and I wonder if that's even people like me can even run. But I have faith. If I do manage to become president of the United States, I would vow to become a president for the people like Bernie Sanders. I would live up to his legacy and continue it. And that would be a promise. And that would be a promise. I think this is the promise sign. I'm not sure. But if it's not, then sorry. Then that's a promise. Bernie Sanders may allow. Sometimes I believe me. Sometimes I wonder if someone in his family was my donor that gave birth to me. Because there is such thing as giving birth through donated sperm, and that's the case. Because after all, it's either that or my mom raised me similar to Bernie Sanders' beliefs. Oh. But I shouldn't probably get into that. But I still like to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. But I just hope there's something. Even if Bernie is elected, I just hope he doesn't. I'm just glad he's not showing support for I'm just glad he's not showing support for Benjamin Netanyahu and what he's doing in Israel. I believe that, and he said it himself. As Bernie Sanders on Israel's decision to deny entrance to 2 elected U.S. officials, if Israel doesn't want members of the United States Congress to visit their country, maybe they can respectfully decline the billions of dollars that we give to Israel. And that's what he said. glad. And I'm glad. And I'm glad. Benjamin Netanyahu, I believe, is going too far. And I think Israel has become more of a dictatorship. I could tell you more ideas, but I don't want to put a target on my head. Another word, which I really would like to thank. I really like to thank you again for watching this. If you want, and for Bernie, this message goes out to. And this message goes out to Bernie Sanders. And I hope one thing. Let's just hope Bernie Sanders can label the white supremacist organization as terrorist organizations. But I think now because I believe now, sometimes they just go too far. Bernie is the man. Bernie is the one. Bernie, yay, Bernie! And before I close out the video, I'd like to say this to him, if you're watching this. Merry Christmas, Bernie Sanders. Or should it be saying Happy Hanukkah? Oh, I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna say Happy Holidays, Bernie Sanders. I hope you're watching that. But thanks for watching this video. Thank you for watching this video. Now don't forget to like this video, comment, and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you can, help my YouTube. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then help this channel reach 1,000 subscribers. And help her, and Bernie too. And help my video reach 100+ views. And help support Bernie Sanders in any which way you can by going to the Burn app, or even making a poll about the election. But until then, this is Jerry Bartol saying.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to all, and to all a good night.
Good luck, Bernie. Bye.